Tier list time. Actually, this isn't bad music. Okay. So, you probably saw it, but we're gonna rank all the Mega Evolutions and Gmax Evolutions. I thought this was a fun one to look at. So, we're gonna go through this, and we're gonna rank them. I thought all Gmax and all, regular, and all Megas were good. So, let's go to it. Well, honestly, the first... This could be quick. Well, let's go with... Venusaur is C tier. There's just not much going on. It's pretty average. It's just flower on the head. It's not that cool, Mega Venusaur, to me. So, it's a C tier. Mega Charizard X is pretty fucking cool. I like the blue flame. I like black and light blue. I think it's a cool color. And it had a cool role in the X anime. Because it beat Ash's Greninja, what, 3-4 times? So, Mega Charizard X, he can go A tier. He, like, the thing with Charizard is it gets so much play because it's, like, the Gen 1 fire starter that started everything. And people, you know, love to say Charizard's overrated. I mean, it's good. Like, you know, that's a very good design. It doesn't stand out, but it's, you know, it's, you'll hear me say this a lot probably, but it's simplicity done right. Mega Charizard Y is kind of weird. I put it C tier. Like, he's just got a cone head. Gmax Charizard, I think, is B tier. It's definitely better than these two, but I don't know. I don't think it's as cool as Mega Charizard X. So, Gmax Charizard, B tier. Mega Blastoise, I think, is fun because it's just, oh, you wanted a cannon? I'll give you a bigger cannon. So it's gonna go B tier. Gmax Butterfree is A tier. I think it's just a really cool design. I think it's, again, simplicity done well. I love the color scheme with it. I love the big green wings. It's an A tier. Mega Beedrill is... It's fine. I think, you know, they could have done more with it. I don't think that's a... I draw the line at simplicity with Mega Beedrill, so I put Mega Beedrill at a C. Mega Pidgeot's a D. You know, there's nothing there for me. Gmax Pikachu is D. It's just big. Like, it's got nothing. That's all you really have to say about it. There's nothing really going on with it. Gmax Meowth is a B tier. I think it's fun. I think it's silly. It's just... I like the blotted out eyes. I think it's a fun one. Mega Alakazam is definitive S tier. That is really cool to me. They gave him all of the spoons you could ever ask for. I love the beard. I love the white on his sleeves. I think it's my favorite Mega Evolution. It might be. Next, Gmax Machamp. Again, it's just kind of... It looks cool. Like, it's definitely cooler than these two, but it's on par here, where it's, you know, the regular Pokemon, but bigger and with orange. Mega Slowbro is B tier. Actually, it's C tier. They're, you know, it's just weird, just a big spinning top. And they realized that Mega Slowbro deserved better, and they gave him Galarian Slowbro in, like, 4 different forms. So... next, Mega Gengar is an A tier, just for how iconic it was during, when it was good in VGC. I like him, like, planted in the ground. The circle on his forehead is cool. Mega Gengar, or Gmax Gengar, is A tier. It's awesome. They made a goddamn pillow, blanket, sleepy head thing out of it. Definite A tier. Gmax Kingler is also A tier. The giant beard, the crab hammer, getting its own move and all that. It's so cool. Mega Kangaskhan is D tier. It just pulls the baby out of the pouch. Cool. Like, there's nothing there. Mega Pinsir is... I think it's in B tier. I think the wings are really cool. I think the green and orange color scheme is really cool. I love what they did with the eyes. B tier. Mega Gyarados, same thing. It's like Gyarados HD. The red one that Lysander had was pretty sweet, but overall, I think this is fine. Gmax Lapras, as we've seen today in some games, it's just bigger Lapras and doesn't really have much. The ship on the back is fine, I guess. It's a C tier. Mega Gmax Eevee D. It does nothing. Moving on. Mega Aerodactyl is C. Oh, they really just gave it some more spikes and a goatee and some bushy eyebrows, so not much there. Gmax Slowbro, A tier. That he's just sitting on his back. You never even see his face. He's got a Torterra-style continent on his stomach. I think that's cool. I think it's an A tier. The Mewtwo's. I think Mega Mewtwo X is C tier. He's just kind of there. He's got the Tapu Fini shoulder pads. Or the Tapu Fini have Mega Mewtwo X shoulder pads, but I digress. Mega Mewtwo Y is significantly cooler to me. I think it looks more like what a Mewtwo evolution should look like. Yeah, it just looks more menacing, cooler. Definite B tier. Steelix, Mega Steelix, is gonna go... It's gonna go in the A tier. It's pretty badass, because what sets it apart is the continual spinning spikes around its head. I like the goatee, too. I think that's A tier. Scizor, A tier. Like, that's one of the more iconic ones as they get with how good Scizor was for so long. I think that's just so cool. They made the claws more menacing. The black. You can't go wrong with black and red in a lot of spots, so he stays there. Mega Heracross is B. I like what they were going for. Horn, but bigger. Same thing with Blastoise. So, Mega Heracross is fine. Houndoom and Tyranitar kind of go hand in hand for me, where I put them in C, where it's just sort of them but more spiky. Like there's not like that doesn't feel like Tyranitar when I look at it. So, and same thing, well, it feels like Tyranitar, but it just doesn't speak to, like, he could be cooler. He could be so much cooler. He's just a spiky boy. Exactly, Belle. Mega Salamance. This is one of those things where it's kind of... We'll get to it with Mawile, where you look at his back, and you just see a bunch of yellow and orange dots. And a giant tail. Like, you don't... It doesn't do much. So it's a C tier, again. Mega Blaziken is an A tier. I think it might be... well, the fact that his leg is literally up the entire time... just always threw me off and still throws me off to this day. Like, it's just kind of odd, but it's really cool. People complain about his hair, but it's a cool fucking design. He's A tier. Mega Swampert is A tier to me. He looks like a... As my brother described to me, he said, and I quote, "Why does it look like Mega Swampert wants to invite me to a gay bar with him?" And he just looks like a big bouncer with big forearms at a bar that might be hitting on you in secret. And I think that's awesome. You know, they up-resed him. They made him look super menacing. They made him good. I love that. We'll do Mega Gardevoir and Mega Gallade together. Mega Gardevoir, iconic in the anime as part of Diantha's team. But the design, again, is just kind of more flowing dress. So she gets a C tier. Mega Gallade is a solid B tier. It's not super creative, but they made him like the gentleman swordsman kind of look. I think that's cool. Mega Sableye goes into A tier because it's just so goddamn stupid that you can't help but laugh and smile every time you see that he just pulled the thing off of his chest and just made it bigger. I think that just gets points for silliness, so A tier. Mega Mawile. So what I said about Sceptile is somewhat the reverse true. Like, you look at just the back of Mega Mawile, like, it's scary as shit, because if you know, the backstory of Mawile's, genesis, or where, like, her character design comes from, it's like a Japanese folktale about a woman with a head on the back of her hair that eats spirits or something. It's something really cool. So for me, Mega Mawile is an S tier. I think it's so cool. Mega Agron. So when I did an ORAS randomizer, the Latios encounter gave me a shiny Agron, and I already had the Agronite from earlier, so I had a shiny Mega Agron in one of my randomizers. So it holds a special place in my heart, but the design itself is just kind of big and spiky. But for some nostalgia purposes, we will put him in the B tier. Mega Medicham is an S tier. I think that, again, kind of similar. You see a pattern here with, like, the flowing look that a lot of the S tiers have. I think Mega Medicham is so cool. They gave him the big parachute samurai pants. I love the flowing hair fists coming out of his back. I think it's cool. Let's go with Sharpedo here for a second, just because he stands out. Mega Sharpedo is his nose bigger, but with a bunch more tattoos. But it does look menacing. It does look cool, so I'm gonna put him in the B tier. Mega Manectric is also kind of there in B tier, where the design is cool and its simplicity done really well. Where you just, it's a big lightning bolt. Mega Camerupt is A tier. I think it's cool that they consolidated the volcano. It kind of looks like lava is flowing off of it with how his fur kind of flays out like that. Yeah, Mega Camerupt's an A tier. It's so cool. I love the big hair. It kind of looks like Maxie, the way they did it. Or the other one. I forget. No, Mega Camerupt, Lysander, duh. It looks like Lysander's hair, so I think it was cool how they did that. And he gets an A tier. Swablu Mega Altaria is a C tier. Again, big poof. It just doesn't do much. Mega Bayonet. We're going to put A tier. Because that is, like, when you think of a Mega Ghost type, like, that looks scary. That looks menacing. The hands coming out of the zippers, I think looks really cool. So he goes to A tier. Absol is your edgy cousin that likes to talk about his time in a punk band, but he's a C tier. Like, he just doesn't, like, Absol in general, I have no idea what to make of. It just doesn't do much for me design-wise, regular or Mega, so C tier. Mega Glalie, I think he's C tier. They just gave him a beard and made his jaw disproportionate in size to the top half of his head. It doesn't do much. Mega Salamance is a B tier. They just kind of made him a giant horseshoe, and he looks like a Star Wars thing, like a Star Wars ship. It's cool. Like, it looks menacing. Another one of the iconic VGC Mega Evolutions. What holds it back from going to A tier, I think, is just, like, him still looking like a dragon with more appendages. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't... It's cool, but it doesn't go any higher than that for me. Oh, excuse me. Mega Metagross is going to go to the S tier. For partial bias, because I like Metagross. I love how they fleshed out the hands. It doesn't show well on that picture, but the extra arms behind him look really cool. The cross across his face just being bigger. It looks menacing. It looks like Mega to me. The Lotties are D tier. Like, all they did was change the color scheme and make their arms a little bit bigger. There's not much. Primal Kyogre is gonna go B tier. I think Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon both go B tier, just for, again, this is purely aesthetics. Yes, they're the two best Pokemon in the game. Like, every time they're available, they're the best ones usually. Right now, Groudon's okay, but that's a topic for a different day. No, but they just kind of gave. Actually, I'll put them in A tier. They deserve to be in A tier. Because they look cool. Like, they look like they were found trying to destroy the world or whatever and going crazy. But again, it's just kind of a little bit of a changed color scheme. There's not much there. Mega Rayquaza, I think, is really cool. It goes to S tier. It keeps with the flowing theme of most of them. They made it look like because regular Rayquaza is, if you watch my old video, regular Rayquaza is like D tier to me. But Mega Rayquaza, that made it look like regular Rayquaza saying, you haven't even seen my final form, and he Delta Streams your ass. So he's an S tier. Mega Lopunny is still furry bait. Not that there's anything wrong with furries. We love furries here. But it's just not... There's nothing... It's just braids. So, C tier. God, Mega Garchomp is stupid and doofy. It's a C tier. Like, he just kind of looks... Yeah! Like, at least when he has in his regular form, like, you can see hands and motions and think about it. But this it's just like he's stretching his shoulders. Mega Lucario is S tier. A lot of the same reasons. Like, you just look at it, he looks majestic as fuck. He looks like he's ready to kick your ass. It's, you know, simplicity done well, the theme of this whole video, where they up-res the things that are good about the Pokemon and put them on display. The spikes, the colors, everything. It's great. Mega Abomasnow just kind of bent down and fleshed out his Christmas tree-ness. So he gets a D tier, or C tier, excuse me. Mega Audino, it's interesting, but it's C tier. Like, it's just kind of, Actually, Mega Audino's gonna go to D tier, I think. It's just kind of white. Like, he's just there. Some of these Gmax forms I've never even seen in-game. Like, Mega Meltan. I haven't seen how it's gone in-game. Like, it's just him bigger, so he'll go C tier. Like, there's not much going there for me. I don't even know who that is. Is that Articuno? I don't know. It's gonna go D tier. I can't even tell. Meltan is from Gen 7. He's one of the Ultra Beasts. Gmax Orbeetle is S tier. That is an awesome design. It's a really cool... He turns into a goddamn UFO, and he gets and, you know, his move is gravity. Like, Mega Orbeetle, or, sorry, Gmax Orbeetle, by far is S tier. Like, one of the cooler bug types they've ever done. Dreadnought is... Dreadnought and Colossal are both... They're both gonna go C tier for me. It's them, but, like, kind of bigger and more with more spikes. And I love Dreadnought. Dreadnought is one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 8. But, you know, the Gmax forms aren't that cool. I need a better... Hang on. Because I love Flapple. Gmax Flapple. Yeah, it's just bigger, like... Actually, Gmax Flapple and Gmax Appleton are pretty adorable because they're just sitting in, like, baked apples. So they're going to go B tier for me, just on the creativity and adorableness scale. I can't even tell who this... I can't even tell... Yeah, again, let's just go back to some of the Gmax forms. It's going to go C tier. Mega Toxtricity, again, is C tier. Like, no, it's going to go B tier for me. It's just him bent over, but they made him look a lot cooler because they gave him the giant guitar he pulls out when he does a move. So Gmax Toxtricity goes to B tier. Sizzlipede and Hatterene we can talk about similarly. We'll put them in C tier because it's just them but kind of bigger. You know, they don't do much. I keep saying Mega when it's Gmax. Gmax Grimmsnarl looks like a JoJo antagonist. He's B tier. He's better than a lot of these, and he still looks menacing. And his Gmax move is actually kind of cool, so he'll go there. Gmax Alchemy, S tier, by far. It is iconic. It's the cake. And it's a cake that fucks you up. So, it's cute, it's menacing, and there's no rhyme or reason to, like, where they are on the row here, by the way. So, Gmax Alchemy goes to S tier. Gmax Caparaja. I really like Gmax Caparaja. I'm going to put him in A tier. I think it's the simplicity done well. They making the ivory on his trunk look so much cooler and more defined, I think it really does it for me. So he's A tier. And his Steel Spike Gmax signature move is really cool because essentially it sets terrain up like, you know, you don't really see in doubles. So I like him. Almost to the end here. Gmax Duraladon is just a hotel. And, like, it looks so stupid. But it is better than anything in D tier. So it goes to C. And Gmax Eternatus, like, there's not, like, it's a hand. What are we doing there? So he goes to D tier. So again, to recap, the ones that to me are the iconic ones. Mega Alakazam with the spoons and the flowing sleeves is awesome. Same thing with Medicham and Mawile. They look cool. Mega Rayquaza and Mega Metagross both look like what a Mega Evolution should be like. They look menacing. They look like we're coming to get you. They deserve to be up there. Lucario, again, over here with the flowing mane, majestic kind of look to it. The colors look great. He looks like he's defending a village in feudal Japan hundreds of years ago. It just looks cool. Gmax Orbeetle, like, is just so goddamn creative, turning his head into a giant UFO. And Alchemy going to giant cake status is really dope. So, this is the tier list. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. And we'll do more of these tier lists as things pop in my head and things I want to do, so be on the lookout for those. Again, I stream usually 11 to 3 p.m.-ish Eastern on twitch.tv/Hoflax24. All the social tabs will be in the description below, and let me know what you think about my rankings here, whether they're great, whether you hate them. Either way, let me know, and I will see everybody in the next video.